Assalamualaikum and good evening to everyone. My name is MURSYIDA BINTI AGUS. Today I would like to present to you guys about descriptive speech under subject English for informative speech. Without wasting time, let me tell you guys about the topic I will present today, which is toxic people. At some point in our life, we may experience a person who leaves us feeling drained, confused, guilty, and frustrated. This may be a sign that you are dealing with a toxic person. The word toxic is used to describe a person who causes distress in others' feelings and their life through negative words and actions. Toxic people will easily influence yourself when you have no knowledge how to deal with them, and they will easily make yourself as a target. I have noticed this person exists when I was get to know one of them, and I immediately overcome this toxic person by take a few steps to ensure they are not influenced me by their toxic tricks. I have been through the situation when I was in my diploma, and of course I have involved with them for 3 years, and that's something hard for me honestly because they were in a large of group. So today I did like to discuss the characteristic of toxic people and how to deal with them. So let's get to know of characteristic of toxic people, but today I will just to explain two only. If you guys want to know more about them, just do a research in internet. So first point is nothing is their fault. They always blame others and play the victim. They will reveal in being a victim and will look out for ways in which they can. This will include making excuses and putting their behavior onto others. They will rarely or even ever admit their faults if they have spoken out of turn, upset someone, or behave inappropriately. Example, when I was in my diploma, I get to know this one person which is she's very like to play with him. When she got bickering with a friend, she didn't admit her faults. Instead, she turns out the blame to her friends. She also told her another friend that their friends were talk bad about her. Second is they are manipulative, using guilt trips, lies, and tricks to control people. A toxic person will never be honest. They will try their best to make sure the other person is trusted by their words or story. They will try to control others either in clear or obvious ways or through subtle manipulation. So, for example, in my situation, this is involved myself when I was in third semester. This girl, or like we call her Miss Toxic, she comes to me and told the story that out of my expectation about my friend, which I'm not too close with her, but we were classmates, so of course she was my friends, that who was also her friends. After that issue, I noticed that most of my classmates did not talk to her, and she also looked like distances herself from us. But after a few semesters, I opened to her about what Miss Toxic told me, and she totally shocked and told me that this wasn't true at all. After that conflict, I was noticed that Miss Toxic did not look happy when I started to close again with my friends. So now you already know the characteristics of toxic people, right? So let's move to another slide to explain about solution to deal with toxic people. Now let's talk about the solution to deal with toxic people. The first point is set boundaries. Establish clear boundaries regarding the action you will and will not put on with from them. Remember that you don't owe them a reason or an explanation. How little or how much information you give them is entirely up to you. Don't make it an argument. Just reiterate your boundaries that you don't want them in your life anymore. There are a few ways in setting boundaries. First is stay calm and communicate your boundaries. Communicate your boundaries is consistently in a calm and clear manner. Always start by taking a last one very deep breath. If you have been triggered by a toxic person, this will help you become settled before speaking. Second is decide whether this boundaries is negotiable. Some boundaries some boundaries are important than others. Identifying what you are willing to accept and what you are considered intolerable or non-negotiable will help you consider if you are willing to compromise. Second point is for the solutions of to deal with toxic people is make connections that are encouraging. By spend more time with people who are upbeat, kind, and who make you feel good, and choose the right people to hang out with. It will help you to stay positive and avoiding from thinking about the toxic person who try to take you down in other ways. Always keep in mind that by surrounding yourself with a positive person will help you a lot. For example, in my situation, I always surrounded myself with my close friends by doing fun activities, loving, hang out together, and study together. This has helped me a lot from thinking about the other people who likes me or not like me, because I just glad that I have my friends who always keep supporting me and cheers me up every day. Will have a huge impact on someone physically or mentally. We needed to understand how to deal with those human behavior in order to avoid difficulties. It is critical that our minds remain alert and unaffected by individuals with malicious intent toward us. We can always predict what this kind of people will do to us. That's why we always need to stay alert and careful when you are surrounded by them. They are kind of people who always has something in mind to ensure that everything they did are give satisfaction to them without care about others. So my recommendation how to stay away from this kind of people is always surround yourself with positive person, set boundaries, always defend yourself, and so on. I hope that we will live in happy environment without involve this kind of person in our life, because take care of our own peace is essential that dealing with toxic people. Last but not least, some quotes from me. If you are testing my words, you better know how to swim. That's all from me. Thank you.